Imagine a warm summer day in 1963. The air smells like freshly cut grass. Kids laugh and race each other down the street, clutching nickels and dimes in sweaty palms. Then they hear it, the cheerful jingle of the ice cream truck. They drop their bikes, sprint toward the sound. There he is, the man in the white cap, smiling wide, waving from his truck like Santa Claus on wheels. Parents smile from their porches. After all, what could be safer than an ice cream man? But what no one knew that day was that Joseph Kliner wasn't bringing joy. He was hunting, and by the time anyone suspected, dozens of children were gone. Joseph Kliner was the kind of man people trusted without question. A tall, soft-spoken guy with a warm smile and an easy laugh. He moved to a small Midwestern town in 1962, bought an old ice cream truck, and started working the neighborhoods. To parents, he was a blessing, bringing happiness straight to their doorsteps. To kids, he was a hero, the man with endless popsicles, chocolate cones, and rainbow sprinkles. He remembered their names, their favorite flavors. He'd joke around, tell stories. He made every child feel special. But behind that friendly mask was something no one could imagine. Joseph had a past no one asked about. He told people he used to drive trucks for a living, that he wanted something happier now. What no one knew, Kliner had a history of violence. As a teenager, he tortured small animals. Later, he spent time in psychiatric care after attacking a neighbor's child. Records vanished when he moved states. And now, here he was, serving ice cream to children every day. Then the disappearances began. The first was Tommy Walker, age 8. He rode his bike to buy an orange popsicle. He never came home. His bike was found leaning against a tree. Then came Sally Jensen, 7 years old, last seen waving to the ice cream man. By the end of that summer, 5 kids were missing. Police thought they were runaways. Parents prayed they'd come back. But deep down, they felt something wasn't right. What they didn't know was that Joseph Kliner had developed a system, a perfect trap hidden behind the sound of childhood joy. The ice cream truck was his disguise, his hunting ground, and his prison all in one. He'd wait until late afternoon, when the streets were quiet and parents were busy making dinner. He'd offer free ice cream, or ask for help carrying boxes inside. Once inside the truck, the door locked from the inside, and no one could hear the screams over the jingle still playing outside. Kliner would then drive to remote spots, a forest, an abandoned farm, and do things too horrific to imagine. His crimes were so carefully planned that for years, no one suspected him. The perfect disguise made him invisible. But every killer makes a mistake, and Kliner was no exception. By 1965, nearly a dozen children had vanished. Police formed task forces, interviewed neighbors, checked known predators. Nothing. Kliner even volunteered to help search for the missing kids. He stood next to grieving parents, handed out flyers, drove his ice cream truck in parades for child safety awareness. The monster was hiding in plain sight. One detective later said. He was at every meeting, every press conference. And the whole time, he had blood on his hands. It all changed in July 1968. A 9-year-old girl named Emily Carter vanished on her way home from park. Hours later, a truck stop worker saw a barefoot child running into a diner, bleeding, crying, screaming. The ice cream man tried to kill me. Emily had jumped out of Kliner's truck when he stopped for gas. She was bruised, terrified, but alive, and she told police everything. Within hours, they had Joseph Kliner in custody. What they found in his truck was straight out of a nightmare. Ropes, chloroform, children's clothing that didn't belong to any one child. And when they searched his home, they found trophies, locks of hair, tiny shoes, photographs. Under interrogation, Kliner confessed to killing 27 children across 3 states. His calmness chilled detectives to the core. They trusted me, he said. That made it easy. He admitted he started killing long before the ice cream truck, luring kids from parks, neighborhoods. But the truck? That was his masterpiece. No one suspect a man who brings happiness, he said. Kliner showed no remorse in court. Families wept as prosecutors detailed the horror. He was sentenced to life in prison without parole. Even behind bars, he became infamous, a case study in predatory psychology. FBI profilers cited his methods as textbook grooming and manipulation. Parents across America began warning kids, never trust strangers, even if they seem nice. Neighborhood watch programs exploded in popularity. The myth of the safe ice cream man was dead. Joseph Kliner died in prison in 1985, but his story still echoes today because it forces us to face an uncomfortable truth. Monsters don't always hide in the dark. Sometimes they ring a cheerful tune and hand you ice cream. So the next time you hear that familiar jingle on a sunny afternoon, remember Joseph Kliner and ask yourself, do you really know who's behind the wheel? Joseph Kliner is dead now, but his story is a reminder that evil doesn't always look like a monster. Sometimes it wears a smile and hands out ice cream. If this case sent chills down your spine, imagine what happens when the man leading the investigation turns out to be the killer. That story is even darker, and it's right here. Click now, and I'll see you in the next story. And before you go, let me know in the comments. Would you have trusted Joseph Kliner back then? Or do you believe you'd see through the mask? Subscribe for more stories that prove one thing. Sometimes the scariest monsters drive right down your street.